How to train your mind to be strong. The secret to mental strength. 1. Introduction. The battlefield of the mind. Welcome to How to Train Your Mind to Be Strong. The secret to mental strength. This is not just motivation. This is a transformation. This is your guide to building unshakable emotional resilience, unwavering focus, and self-discipline that cuts through chaos. Because let's be honest, life will test you. You will face seasons of pain, rejection, stress, pressure, and failure. The question is not if the storm comes, it's whether you'll be prepared when it does. Mental strength is not a gift for the lucky, it is a skill for the willing. You may have been raised in a home where emotions ruled the day. Anger, fear, anxiety. You may have experienced trauma that left you doubting your worth. You may have developed habits that keep you stuck. But here's the truth. Your mind can be retrained. Your emotions can be mastered. Your story can be rewritten. Mental strength is the decision to stop being ruled by how you feel in the moment and instead live by what you know is true, what aligns with your vision and values. So whether you're listening on your way to work, during a workout, or late at night, lean in. This journey is about you, about the strongest version of you, the one that no one else sees, the one waiting to rise. Let's get to work. Part 2. The science behind mental strength. Before we talk about habits, rituals, or emotional mastery, we need to understand the science of mental strength. The brain's wiring. Your brain is made up of neural pathways. The more you think a thought or perform an action, the stronger that pathway becomes, like a trail in the forest. So if you always react with panic when stressed, that becomes your default. But here's the beauty. Your brain is neuroplastic. It can rewire. This means you can train new responses. You can break old reactions. You can literally change how your mind works. Fight or flight versus focus mode. The amygdala, the fear center of the brain, fires when you feel threatened. That's useful if you're in danger. But in modern life, your mind reacts to an email or a bill or a disagreement like it's a lion chasing you. Mental strength means training your brain to stay calm, centered, and non-reactive, even when chaos strikes. Hormones and habits. Stress floods your system with cortisol. Mental strength practices, like breathwork, mindfulness, and exercise, help regulate these chemicals. That's why mentally strong people prioritize movement, stillness, and intentional thought daily. It's not just mindset, it's biochemistry. Part 3. Defining true mental strength. Mental strength is not about being cold, emotionless, or alpha. It's about power under control. It's about choosing your response in the face of pain, pressure, or provocation. It includes emotional regulation. You feel emotion, but you don't become the emotion resilience. You rise again after loss, failure, and betrayal. Self-discipline. You act in alignment with your values, not your impulses. Delayed gratification. You sacrifice short-term comfort for long-term growth. Mental clarity. You protect your peace and your focus. Real examples. You feel rejected, but you don't lash out. You feel overwhelmed, but you breathe and prioritize. You feel afraid, but you take action anyway. That's strength. Mental weakness, on the other hand, looks like letting your day be controlled by your mood. quitting at the first sign of discomfort, needing validation from others, reacting emotionally and regretting it, seeking pleasure to escape pain. Let this be the moment you draw the line in the sand. You don't train your mind to be comfortable, you train it to be capable. Part 4. Why mental strength is trained, not inherited. Some people appear naturally tough, but no one is born resilient. Life trains us or breaks us. Just like you train a muscle in the gym, you train the mind with resistance. Think of it this way. Lifting a heavy weight breaks down the muscle. Rest plus consistency rebuilds it stronger. Repeat that, and you grow. Your mind is the same. Every time you face hardship and keep going, your brain adapts. It learns that you are safe, even in struggle. That's how confidence is built. Confidence is not the absence of fear. It's the memory of overcoming. So if you've been through hardship, you're not damaged. You're equipped. That pain was your training ground. Up next, Part 2, 10 Foundations of Mental Strength, detailed. We'll explore each of the 10 core pillars: radical ownership control, over emotions, self-discipline, delayed gratification, resilience in rejection, strategic focus, internal validation, courage in the unknown, rewiring limiting beliefs, purpose-driven thinking. Part 5, 10 Foundations of Mental Strength. Let's break down the 10 core pillars that define a strong mind. Each one is essential. Each one must be trained like a muscle. 1. Radical ownership. Mental strength begins with taking full responsibility for your life. Not partial, not selective. Total ownership. Blaming others, complaining, and making excuses might feel good, but they destroy your power. When you say, I take full responsibility for how I respond, what I accept, and what I create, you regain control. You're not responsible for what happened to you, but you are 100% responsible for what you do next. Owning your past, present, and potential, that's how mental warriors are born. 2. Control over emotions. Mentally strong people don't deny emotions, but they don't let them drive either. You are allowed to feel, but you are not allowed to be ruled by those feelings. Emotional control looks like taking 10 seconds to breathe before responding. Journaling out your anger instead of exploding. Feeling sadness, but still showing up for life. Refusing to let fear stop forward motion. Emotional control is power, because when you master yourself, you are no longer manipulated by life. 3. Self-discipline. Discipline is freedom. You don't need more motivation. You need a system. Discipline means doing what you should do even when you don't feel like it. Discipline gets you up at 5 a.m. Discipline says no to temporary pleasure. Discipline follows the budget. Discipline finishes what it starts. Discipline isn't about being harsh. It's about being committed to your higher self, the future you. 4. Delayed gratification. Mentally, weak people want comfort now. Mentally strong people want freedom later. Every time you delay gratification, you grow stronger. Saying no to junk food so you feel better tomorrow. Studying now so you excel later. Investing now so you prosper later. Walking away now so you heal later. Strength is found in the wait. It's in the long game. 5. Resilience in rejection. Rejection hurts. Criticism stings. But mentally strong people know it's part of the process. They don't crumble. They reflect. They adapt. They persist. Walt Disney was fired for lacking imagination. Oprah was told she was unfit for TV. Your story isn't over because someone told you no. Every rejection is redirection. Mental strength helps you hold the vision, even when the door slams in your face. 6. Strategic focused distraction is the enemy of greatness. A mentally strong person guards their focus with their life. They limit social media. They avoid gossip. They don't chase every opportunity. They pursue what aligns. They set time limits and honor them. Focus is power. You either direct your energy or the world will direct it for you. 7. Internal validation. Mentally strong people aren't chasing applause. They're chasing alignment. They know if you need others to approve of you, they control your identity. Instead, they live by their values, their mission, their character. Do you want peace? Then stop explaining yourself. Let your actions speak. Mental strength thrives in quiet confidence. 8. Courage in the unknown. Fear never leaves. It just changes form. But mentally strong people move anyway. They don't wait to feel ready. They act while afraid. They launch the business. They end the toxic relationship. They speak up in the meeting. They take the leap of faith. Courage isn't loud. Often, it's a whisper that says, "Try again tomorrow." 9. Rewiring limiting beliefs. Most people are held back by one thing, the voice in their head that says, "I'm not smart enough. People like me don't succeed. It's too late for me." Mentally strong people challenge that voice. They don't accept thoughts at face value. They question, reframe, and replace. They declare, "I was born with purpose. Every day I'm growing stronger. I can learn anything I commit to." 10. Purpose-driven thinking. Purpose is the engine of mental strength. If you don't know why you're here, you'll give up when things get hard. But when you're anchored to purpose, nothing can stop you. Mentally strong people ask, "What impact do I want to leave? What kind of legacy am I building? What example am I setting for others?" Purpose transforms pain into fuel. It turns struggle into story. Summary of the 10 pillars. To recap, mental strength is built on radical ownership, emotional control, self-discipline, delayed gratification, resilience, focus, internal validation, courage, belief, rewiring, purpose. These are not talents. These are trainable. And next, we'll train them together. Up next, Part 3, the daily training system, routines and rituals of the mentally strong. We'll go deep into a 24-hour strategy that mentally strong people use every day, morning to night. This includes morning mind training. Handling anxiety triggers mental resets during the day, evening emotional detox, and more. Part 6. Daily Training System. Routines and Rituals of the Mentally Strong. Mental strength is not built in a single breakthrough moment. It is built in the seemingly small daily decisions. What you do with your 24 hours either trains strength or drains it. Let's break it down hour by hour. 1. The powerful morning. Mindset routine. 6 a.m., 8 a.m. The first 60 and 90 minutes of your day set the tone for your mind. Here's how mentally strong people start. 1. Wake up before the world. They rise early, before the emails, before the chaos, before they're needed. Even just 30 minutes of quiet gives your brain time to reset. 2. Avoid the phone. They don't check social media immediately. Why? Because it hijacks your nervous system with comparison, drama, or stress. 3. Silence or prayer, 10 to 20 minutes. They sit with their thoughts. Some pray, some meditate, others journal. All of it helps center the mind. Focus question, who do I want to be today? 4. Mental priming with affirmations. They speak strength into existence. I control my focus today. I do not let emotions rule me. I am mentally tough and emotionally steady. 5. Physical movement. A workout, a walk, a stretch. It doesn't have to be long, but it does have to be intentional. The body fuels the mind. 6. Cold showers. Optional but powerful. Mentally strong people do hard things. Starting the day with discomfort trains the brain to say, I can do hard things. 2. Mental shield for midday challenges. 9 M, 5 near PM. The workday tests your emotional regulation and focus. Here's how mentally strong people train through it. 1. Pre-game your day. Before tasks, mentally rehearse what could go wrong and how you'll respond. Example, if that difficult coworker interrupts me again, I'll stay calm and refocus. 2. Practice 90-minute deep work blocks. They work in focused sprints, 90 minutes on, 15 minutes off. This maximizes clarity and reduces burnout. 3. Emotional reset techniques. They use mental resets when triggered. Box breathing. Inhale for 4, hold 4, exhale 4, hold 4. Mantras. This doesn't control me. Posture. Reset. Shoulders back, chest open, stand tall. 4. Fuel for clarity. They eat clean, hydrate, and avoid sugar crashes. Mental strength is physical too. 3. Evening reboot, 6 p.m., 9 p.m. Nighttime is for reflection, restoration, and reinforcing mental growth. 1. No screens. After 9 p.m., blue light disrupts sleep and overexposure to social media causes emotional overstimulation. Strong minds create boundaries. 2. Evening journaling or emotional audit. Questions mentally strong people ask: what triggered me today? What did I do well emotionally? What am I avoiding that needs my attention? What can I learn? This isn't judgment, it's reflection. The mirror is a mentor. 3. Mental rehearsal for tomorrow. They visualize the next day, waking early, handling pressure calmly, speaking with clarity, staying disciplined. The mentally strong prepare for tomorrow before tomorrow arrives. 4. The night watch, 9 p.m., 10:30 p.m. 1. Sleep rituals. They protect their sleep like a sacred practice. Low lighting, no drama-filled shows, soothing music, scripture, or silence. Gratitude lists. What 3 things went well today? 2. Peaceful closure. They go to bed with the mind in peace, not in panic. This improves REM sleep, reduces anxiety, and sets them up for strength tomorrow. Daily mindset schedule. Recap, 6 to 8 a.m., morning power, no phone, silence, movement, vision. 9 a.m., 5 p.m., strategic action, focus sprints, emotional resets. 6 to 9 p.m., reflection, lessons, no digital drama. 9 to 10:30 p.m., rewire the subconscious with peace and gratitude. This rhythm trains the brain to operate from intention, not reaction. And over time, it rewires your entire identity. Up next, Part 4, Mental Strength in Real Life. Finances, relationships, faith, failure, and more. In the next section, we'll walk through how mentally strong people handle financial stress, relationships and betrayal, spiritual confusion, rejection and failure, leadership pressure, temptation, and emotional cravings. Part 7. Mental Strength in Real Life. Mental strength is tested not in theory, but in the fire of real life. Let's explore what it looks like in 5 key areas. 1. Finances, resisting the urge to escape through spending. Mentally strong people don't let money control their emotions. They use discipline and vision to manage their finances. Weak mindset. Buys to feel better. Reacts to financial pressure with panic. Says, I can't afford this, and shuts down strong mindset. builds a budget and sticks to it, delays pleasure for long-term gain, says, "How can I afford this?" and seeks solutions. They remind themselves, money is a tool. It doesn't define my worth. They learn, they invest, they plan, they take ownership, even in debt. 2. Relationships, handling betrayal, breakups, and boundaries. Relationships are one of the greatest tests of mental strength. When betrayed, they feel the pain, but don't seek revenge. They protect their peace, not prove their worth. They don't chase closure, they create it. When rejected, they remind themselves, not everyone is my assignment. They don't over-explain. They don't shrink to fit someone else's comfort with toxic people. They set boundaries without guilt. They walk away without apology. They protect energy as a sacred resource. I am allowed to leave what dishonors my peace. 3. Faith and spiritual strength. When life doesn't make sense, even the mentally strong hit spiritual walls. They ask, why is this happening? Is there purpose in this pain? Where is God in this moment? And their strength is shown not in perfect faith, but in faithfulness. They stay rooted. They pray through confusion. They believe even when they don't understand. Their mindset becomes, even in silence I trust. Even when it's hard, I obey. Even in the unknown, I walk forward. Faith trains the mind to see beyond the present. 4. Failure. How the mentally strong bounce back. Failure is a training ground. Mentally strong people see failure as feedback, not finality, redirection, not rejection. A doorway to growth. They ask, what can I learn from this? What will I do differently next time? How is this shaping who I'm becoming? They don't wallow. They review, reflect, rebuild. They remind themselves, this didn't break me, it built me. 5. Pressure in leadership, remaining steady. When others panic, whether it's in business, ministry, family, or teams, mentally strong leaders stay grounded when others unravel. They speak calmly when emotions are high, own mistakes without defensiveness, delegate without micromanaging, refuses to lead from ego. True strength is seen when someone has the power to dominate, but chooses to uplift. They embody this principle. The strongest leader is the calmest voice in the room. Mindset shift in every area, weak reaction. Strong reaction finances, panic and impulse spending, budget and discipline relationships, revenge, need for closure, release, boundaries, emotional control, faith, doubt and withdrawal, surrender and deeper trust, failure, shame and giving up, review, reframe, recommit, leadership control, anger, burnout, calm, delegation, vision. Declarations for every battlefield speaks this over your life. I will not let my emotions rule my finances. I do not need to chase people to prove my value. Even when confused, I trust my spiritual compass. Failure refines me, not defines me. I lead with clarity, not control. These aren't just words, they are weapons. Use them daily. Up next, Part 5, 10. Challenges to build mental strength today. You'll receive a personal challenge list with exercises you can do right now to develop unshakable mental toughness. Part 8. 10 challenges to build mental strength. Starting today. You don't get mentally strong by reading alone. You get strong by doing hard things intentionally. So here are 10 practical, powerful challenges to forge resilience in real time. Each one is simple. None are easy. That's the point. Challenge. 1. cold shower for 7 days. Why? Because mental strength grows when you embrace discomfort. Every time you step into that cold water, your brain screams, "Get out!" But your discipline says, "Stay." It teaches you to breathe through discomfort and act anyway. Challenge 2. No complaining for 72 hours. Set a timer. If you complain, reset the clock. This challenge rewires your emotional default from negativity to responsibility. Instead of, "Why is this happening to me? What can I control here?" Instead of, "People never listen to me. How can I communicate more clearly?" Challenge 3. Wake up at 5 a.m. for 5 days. Rise before the sun, before the noise, before the world tells you who to be. Use this time to journal, meditate, move your body. Set your intentions. The discipline of early rising sharpens your mental clarity. Challenge 4. Daily 10-minute stillness. Practice. Silence is uncomfortable for most people. Why? Because in silence, you face your thoughts. Each day, sit in stillness for 10 minutes. No distractions. Just breathe. Watch your thoughts. Don't judge them. Just observe. This builds focus, awareness, and emotional regulation. Challenge 5. Confront one fear. This week, what are you avoiding? A conversation, a task, a decision? Do it this week. Take the phone call, press publish, ask the question. Each fear faced shrinks your anxiety and strengthens your identity. Challenge 6. Eliminate a comfort habit for 7 days. Choose one of your comfort traps. Sugar, Netflix, social scrolling, fast food. Remove it for 7 days. Why? Because every time you crave it and say no, you train your willpower. Challenge 7. Rewrite 5. Limiting beliefs. Write down 5 thoughts that weaken you, then rewrite them with truth. Example, I always mess things up. I'm still learning, and I'm getting better every day. No one supports me. I support myself, and I attract the right people. Read them aloud every morning and night for a week. Challenge 8. Have the hard conversation. Is there a conversation you're avoiding? A boundary you need to set? The mentally weak avoid conflict. The mentally strong approach it with clarity and calm. Script it if you need to. Stay grounded. Say what you need to say, and release the outcome. Challenge 9. 24-hour dopamine detox for 24 hours. No screens, no sugar, no unnecessary stimulation. Instead, go for a walk. Read, journal, sit in nature. This resets your brain's reward system and sharpens focus and emotional resilience. Challenge 10. Serve someone without expectation. True strength is not just self-control, it's selflessness. Do something kind. Write a letter. Give a gift. Help someone in silence. You rise when you help others rise. Generosity expands your soul and anchors your purpose. How to apply the challenges. Start with just 1 challenge per week, or go bold, stack 2 or 3. Document how you feel each day. Stronger, clearer, more capable. These practices may seem small, but they stack. Over time, they sculpt a mind that is unshakable. You don't become mentally strong by accident. You train like your life depends on it. Because it does. Up next, final chapter. Part 6. The Mentally Strong Life. Daily Declarations, Closing Reflections, and Application. This final part includes the summary, affirmations, and how to make mental strength your new identity for life. Part 9. The Mentally Strong Life. Closing Reflections. You've come a long way. You've uncovered the pillars, the science, the practices, the daily rituals, and the real-life tests of mental toughness. But information without integration is just entertainment. Mental strength is a lifestyle, not a motivational high, not a burst of courage, but a daily decision. Final affirmations. Declare a new identity. Say this aloud with belief and authority. I am mentally strong. My emotions serve me. They don't rule me. Discipline is my default, not my difficulty. I grow stronger every time I show up. I do not avoid pain. I master it. My focus is unbreakable. My peace is protected. I choose purpose over pressure, integrity over impulse. I walk by faith, not by fear. Every affirmation you speak is not just a declaration, it's a command to your nervous system. Speak them daily. Final framework. Mental strength is built in 3 dimensions. 1. Emotionally, you process emotions, not suppress them. You name your fears, but you don't bow to them. You choose maturity over mood. 2. Mentally, you control your attention, you delay gratification, you stay steady under pressure. 3. Spiritually, you anchor your identity in something eternal. You believe in a purpose greater than pain. You refuse to quit, even when it makes no sense. The strongest minds are anchored souls. A recap of the core. Here's everything you now carry in your toolkit. The definition of mental strength, the neuroscience of mental toughness, the 10 core principles of a strong mind, the daily rituals that rewire your identity, the real-life applications across money, pain, failure, faith, and leadership, and 10 challenges to start building your strength today. This isn't theory. This is transformation in action. Your next step, choose your standard. Right now, you face a choice. You can let this message fade into background noise, or you can let it change you. Don't aim to feel good. Aim to become someone new, and that becoming begins today, not next year. Not after the job comes. Not once they approve of you. Not when it's convenient today. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be persistent. Closing declaration. Say this over your life. I will rise every time I fall. I will hold my focus when others lose theirs. I will feel deeply, but lead with wisdom. I will walk through fire, and I will come out refined. I am not a victim of my mind. I am the master of it. I train my mind daily. I honor my vision with action. I build mental strength because the world needs the strongest version of me. Conclusion. This is only the beginning. Thank you for joining this deep journey into mental mastery. If you apply this, truly, you won't just change your thoughts. You will change your decisions. You'll change your relationships, your income, your leadership, your energy, your peace, and ultimately, you'll change your future. Now go live strong.